Hi, I'm the Realtor Evan, and in case you can't tell from my rapidly growing hair, yeah, we are still in lockdown here. In California, things seem to be easing up a little bit, and there's a 4 or 5 phase plan, whatever the governor has decided this week, is slowly evolving, and hopefully the economy is opening back up, which is really great news for a lot of people, obviously, for a lot of obvious reasons. And that's actually what I wanted to talk about today. Our topic is going to talk about the economy opening back up and how that pertains to sellers, because I personally think that now is a great time to sell. And I want to make sure that anybody who's considering selling might take into consideration things that they have not previously thought about before. Because when I'm speaking to a lot of potential clients or clients from the past, I'm hearing from them, a lot of them, not all of them, but I'm hearing the same thing, which is we want to wait and see how things shape up and how things turn out and how the economy is after all of this is over. The first issue that I have with that comment is, when is it going to be over? I mean, who knows when it's going to be over? You were thinking about selling your house a couple months ago, and now you're going to wait 2 more months, 6 more months, a year maybe. Who knows when this is really over? Like, what does that mean, over? So I personally, I like to take advantages of opportunities when they're right there in front of me. I don't like to be waiting for them to be spoon fed to me later on. So I'm going to show you why I think those opportunities are sitting right there in front of you. If you're thinking about selling, I have 3 reasons as to why I think now is a great time for you to sell. So let's get right into it. The first reason I think that is a great reason for you to sell right now is what I was saying is you can't time the market perfectly. It's never going to be the perfect time to sell it, although right now is a great time to sell. And, if you wait, you may miss that opportunity zone. You may miss out on that chance. You're never going to know for sure. We can't tell the future. We can't predict whether prices are going to go up, whether they're going to go down, what's going to happen, when is it going to happen. You can't time that market perfectly. So stop trying to think that you can. Stop trying to wait and see when things happen, because usually when you're waiting to see what's happening, everything is passing you by and you're missing out on the opportunities that are being presented to you now. So don't wait and see. Don't wait to get on the train that everybody else has already boarded, because then it's too late. So that's reason number one. The second reason is it's a seller's market out there. And that goes for a lot of places in the country, but specifically here in Los Angeles, it's a seller's market. Now, if you haven't been following along with the videos, we've talked about seller's markets before, but if you haven't been following along, a seller's market is when demand for properties outweighs supply. The reason that it's called a seller's market is because the sellers are in control. They are in control of the transaction. There are so many buyers that want to buy a property, but only so many houses that are for sale. So, the sellers dictate the terms. With the seller's market, there are so many people interested in homes that, in fact, what we're seeing is multiple offers being bid on the same property. So that really shows signs of encouragement to sellers, whereas they can get, things that they wouldn't have asked for before, out of the negotiation, or higher prices, which is always a benefit to somebody who's looking to sell their home. So a seller's market is extremely important to be involved in. If you wait for things to shape up or higher prices, in which case everybody wants to sell their homes, what's going to happen is then you're going to be looking to list your home in a buyer's market where, even though prices might be higher, they're not necessarily going to be more beneficial, because you're not going to be able to get the attention of every buyer, because there aren't that many buyers out there. So don't wait to see if there are higher prices coming out later. If you sell in the seller's market, you get to dictate those terms. You get multiple offers, which will drive up the price. Just a side note, if you think your property is worth $500,000 right now, and you're going to wait and see to see that if the price goes up maybe to 520, 525 later on, 2, 3, 6 months, a year, whatever it may be, if you think that it's going to go up to 525, there's a better chance for you to get 525, maybe even 550, if you price it right, if you have a good marketing strategy, your agent's doing the right things there, in a seller's market, you have a better chance to get that 525 or 550 than you do in a buyer's market. And in a buyer's market later on, when everybody is on the market also, if your house is even worth that 525 at that point, you might even be lucky to get away with 500 because there's only so many buyers looking to buy at that time. And there's so many houses for sale. So take advantage of a seller's market when you can. And right now it's a seller's market. And the third reason as to why I think it's a great time for you to sell your house is because after you sell your house, you're going to become a buyer. And yes, you're going to be a buyer in a seller's market, which for the reasons we just mentioned, may not be all that advantageous, but the advantage comes to you as a buyer right now because interest rates for mortgages are at historic lows. So you're getting all that purchase power, which is the reason why there are so many buyers out there right now. You're getting all this purchase power with lower payments to come, and you can find, even in a seller's market, that perfect property for you that will fit all your needs. If you have a good agent, they'll make sure you don't overpay, they'll make sure you get what you deserve, and even maybe even find you an off-market property. But even if you find an on property that's been listed already, you can still find a great deal in the seller's market. And in worst case scenario, you can always rent a house right now. And the reason I say that is because even though prices have not gone down significantly by any means, in some cases I've seen them go up in this market for sales, the prices for rents have dropped. And so you can rent now for a little while, maybe wait for that shift to happen so that it becomes a buyer's market, and then you can find that house at a great deal. So you rent temporarily, then you buy, but meanwhile, you've sold your house at a great price, so you're going to be profiting something in the exchange. And now you've just, upgraded or downgraded, whatever it is that you needed to take care of before all of this happened. You have allowed that to take place for yourself. You've made that opportunity for yourself. You've created that opportunity for yourself in some cases, and you'll just be better for it in the end. So if you have more questions about this, as always, please feel free to reach out. You can reach me at therealtorevan@gmail.com, or you can comment below. As always, I appreciate the thumbs up, the likes on these videos, and the subscriptions to the channel if you want to see more content each week when we bring you new videos. I'm the Realtor Evan, and I hope to see you next time.